Hey everybody, welcome to the Soulful Eclectic. I am your host, Diana Collins, and I want to welcome you to today's episode. If this is the first time you're joining me, I want to say thank you for taking the time out to spend the time with me so much. I appreciate you all. Um, yes, thank you so much. I appreciate you all. And also, if this is you returning and you're coming back and you're listening for another episode, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. And thank you for taking the time out to listen to what we talk about here on the Soulful Eclectic. And as you all know, it's just an eclectic show where we talk about this, that, and the other, and what makes us who we are today. So, I know we have a couple of sponsors. So my first sponsor is Divine Nubian Essentials. I want to thank Divine Nubian Essentials for being a sponsor on our show and also having such great product where it is all natural, no chemicals, and no alcohol, and it's just great care for your skin. And also Collins Education and Resource Management. Thank you so much for helping our nursing students accomplish their goal in achieving their degree as a nurse, nurse practitioner, nurse educator, whatever their goal is in the healthcare arena. Thank you for that. Yes, so this is really a holiday episode because everyone, um, this is tough. This is a tough time of year, and I just wanted to come on really quick and talk about how everyone is trying to navigate this time of year. And I know for me personally, it's a little difficult because I do not have my children near me. Um, they're actually both on either ends of the world. And as you guys listened to last episode, I got a chance to really have a sit down and heart to heart with my daughter Maya Baker, who is a entrepreneur herself. She has her own massage business and she's partnered up with a beauty bar. And also, she has her daily 9 to 5 where she is working at a massage studio. So, I am very proud of her and was very proud of and enjoyed our conversation. I wouldn't say proud of our conversation, but I'm proud of her and her accomplishments and what she continues to accomplish as she grows into the adult that she is. And my other daughter, she was on an episode previously. I think it was in season 3, same season as Maya's episode, and we had a brief conversation with her as well. And she's also in a different state other than where I am, and it is tough this time of year. So we find that this time of year brings out a lot of heartache, some happiness for most of us, and some triggers for many of us as well, because this is a triggering time of year. And I just did want to come on and talk about a little bit of those triggers this time of year. During this time of year, I like to just focus on gratitude, right? Being grateful and being gracious to others is what I like to focus on. It is a season of Thanksgiving, and I know a lot of us are changing how we view Thanksgiving, and I am one of those people who no longer see it as what we have grown up with, the historical meaning of what Thanksgiving is to us. We are redefining it and just taking this time out to spend with family and be show gratitude to one another. So when I think about gratitude, something comes to mind. Something that I've read. It's literally called gratitude, and gratitude really is the best medicine, and I can't agree more. Being gracious and being grateful, I every morning as part of my meditation is to have a grateful or gratification meditation that I do. But if you notice yourself having some anxiety, anticipating what can happen in the future, gratitude will bring you back to the present and in that moment. And I noticed that, a lot of what we're doing is building on our future. A lot of us are trying to establish that generational wealth for our families, right? Because we didn't have it. Many of us didn't have it. A lot of us were not born with silver spoons in our mouths. Um, and many of us did not have that generational wealth or that old money that we're coming into. So a lot of us are trying to build that. And with that, we are always forward thinking and thinking about what we want to accomplish and where we want to go, but we forget to be gracious and be grateful for where we are and where we have come from, right? So it having those gratitude moments and doing a gratification meditation helps bring us back to that present moment. So it's that thing, like if you feel yourself lacking and wanting more, appreciation for all you already have brings you happiness and can also bring you peace. So that just brings it back to, again, being grateful for where you are, where you've been and where you're going, and then sharing that gratitude out, right? Because we're looking to receive something, but in that we have to be gracious and be giving to others, have a heart of giving. um so yeah, so if you feel yourself upset with what things are, where things are, and what is, gratitude tends to show you how to see the beauty in it, right? So we look at that, it's like being gracious, having gratitude kind of makes us slow down and say, hey, this is where I am at the moment, and I need to be present in that moment, being mindful. And we talked about mindfulness a few episodes ago, and just being present in that moment and having that gratification in those moments where we're centered into that helps us with that. Especially, like I said, during this time of year where all of our family is all scattered, and we work really hard to get us all in one room for one big meal. And sometimes that can be a great experience, and I I I am grateful for those who have those great experience, but for many of us it's very triggering, and it's hard. So having those moments of gratitude where we can come back and refocus is actually really helpful, where we can see the beauty in where we are. So when you're feeling anxious or down, remember to focus on shifting your thoughts and feelings and actions towards looking at the an appreciation of what you are grateful for, like appreciating the little things. And it really is, can be something just as simple as somebody smiled at me and said hello. I'm grateful for that because they didn't have to, right? Someone stopped and asked, are you okay? Or how was your day? Those moments are the moments that we can say, I'm grateful, thank you, because that also makes you stop, and think about where it is you're going and what you're doing, where your goals are. And sometimes, depending on where your mind is, having someone ask you a simple question, or just making you stop, or just doing some gesture of kindness, um, stops that thought process of negativity, because we are our worst enemies when it comes to negative thoughts and showing unkindness to ourselves, because we're our worst enemies at that, being unkind to ourselves. um so yeah, so when we look at that, you also want to give thanks, right? And the gratitude be is also about giving thanks. um and I don't know if everyone is into that, where they get up in the morning and they're thanking the ancestors, whoever your spiritual guide and your spiritual force is. Are you giving thanks for waking you up this morning and starting you on your way, and giving you the umph to move on in your day? And it's hard. Um, and as I point out to you guys, every day you wake up is a new day. So we only die once. So you want to be grateful for that time. And I don't know, I get really mushy around this time of year. because this is the time where, again, I realize that my children are not here with me, and I'm not alone. I'm here with my husband, and we're a great comfort to one another. But it's nothing like having your kids around you. It's that whole nostalgic piece on remembering the times where we had, holidays past, and but again, that time could be triggering, right? And for one of my daughters, it's an amazing time, and for the other one, it's a trigger. So it really all varies, and it all depends. And I don't know, like I said, I get very nostalgic and very sad around this time. But the other thing I want to say is never regret, right? Never regret a day in your life. You have good days that give you such happiness and such joy, and you just smile during the day as you recap those days, right? But as you know, with everything in life, you got the polar opposite, the yin and the yang, the good, the bad, the dark, the light. So, as you're remembering those good days and those happy times, you tend to also dive into those bad times, right? Those bad days that, I don't like to say that they're bad days, terrible days, or whatever verb you want to use, but those days are lessons, right? Those are experiences that build who we are today. And without those adverse days, bad days, negative experiences, whatever, um, you wouldn't have formed to be the person that you are today. Um, because some people have worse days, right? That gives us the biggest lessons. Those worst days are the ones that you really wish you can take back and like, damn, that did happen. Okay, that was really jacked up. Now, how can I change that? Those are those worst days where you really try to rethink your life and see if you can be Doctor Strange in reverse time and do all those multiverse kind of things, you know. But believe it or not, all these days give us nothing but memories, right? Memories that we never forget, that you don't regret, that you just build off of and just let them continue to form the person that you are today. Because, life is not the same for everyone. We have different things that are happening and transpiring in our lives. And honestly, we do have to, it's one of those things that you want to be honorable and respect the other person's life happenings, right? Because again, life is not the same for everyone. Respect is due to yours as is to someone else's, and their bad day could be your good day, and you're looking like, that's nothing. I've had worse days, but your worst day could be their good day. So it's all a perspective thing, right? And you got to put it all in perspective, and to be kind to each other, as again, we're all fighting our own little battle. And this time of year, it's really hard because, again, we are all fighting our own demons. Gosh, it's like, I can't tell you how many family members that we have lost due to illness or due to their self-afflicted behavior, that we've lost them during this time of year. And it's not because of um, lack of caring, or that they had some uh, mental illness that is happening. It's just sometimes life gets too much for some people, and out of respect for them, they just decided that enough was enough. Or, like I said, illness takes us all. And as much as we try to change our lifestyles, sometimes changing our lifestyle can happen too late in life. And therefore, here we are, right? Here we are. The reality of life is, life is really nothing without us loving ourselves, providing self-care, and loving each other. Um, you want to give love, give care, give kindness to everyone. Um, but here's the thing, don't expect it back. Do it without expectations, right? It's like loving somebody unconditionally. If you truly love someone, there are not conditions on that love, right? So there should not be conditions on how you care for someone and how you love someone. And you shouldn't look for it to be reciprocated, to be honest. Because for some, it could be a cold day in hell before you ever get it reciprocated. And then what are you waiting for? You beating yourself up, waiting for somebody to do something for you that you expect them to do because you did it for them. Wrong answer. Wrong answer. Either do it and do it out of the kindness of your heart, and look for nothing in return, or don't do it at all. Otherwise, you're constantly setting yourself up for disappointment and further triggers to add to your current triggers if you have any, because I don't want to assume that you do have triggers, because not everyone does. Uh, I you know I just, this again, like I said, this is such a harsh time of year, and we're all searching for something. Generally, is happiness and stability. And as we are seeing inflation and everything that we have, everything that we're doing, everything, it's just ridiculous. So, really focusing on that self care is really vital. And I know we talked about it in the last episode with Maya Baker being here, and doing self care and being self aware of your needs, and that whole oxygen mask theory in an airplane. You're going to put your oxygen mask on first before you can help anybody else. So you're going to take care of yourself before you can help anyone else. So, like another one of those life lessons, never search for your happiness in others, right? You got to start with yourself. If you are not happy, you are not making yourself happy. You cannot make or leave it in the hands of someone else to make you happy. You're setting yourself up yet again for failure. What ends up happening is that you feel like you're alone. And I can only say that because I experienced it, right? Trying to place my happiness and the status of my happiness in the hands of someone else, and then they're not making me happy because, one, probably not communicating effectively what will make me happy, and two, it's not their job to make me happy. So you feel like you're alone in the world. So what I challenge everyone is to search within yourself and see what it is that really makes you happy, what resonates with you. I know this episode really is like a hodgepodge of just emotions today, because like I said, it's the holidays, it's everyone's has emotional stuff that they're unpacking, and then stuff that they're dealing with, kids, grandkids, spouses, going out shopping for things that are unnecessary, or maybe they are necessary. Who knows? It's not for me to decide what's necessary in anyone's household. But just seeing the amount of traffic and people in a hurry to buy things today, it's just like, it was so overwhelming that this whole today is just like, ugh, heavy on me. So search for your happiness within yourself. What makes you feel happy, right? I, Even when you're by yourself, I always challenge people: spend time with yourself, date yourself. Give yourself that me time for you, and see what it is that you bring out of yourself. You might learn something about you that you didn't know was even within you. I mean, it's amazing the things you learn about yourself when you spend time with yourself. Because these things happen in waves. Every wave that we experience is a life lesson, right? It teaches us a lesson. So you just need to pay attention and learn from those waves that we ride. Because what happens is, every wave, like I said, it's a lesson. So you either rise with it and flow with it, or you're gonna let it overtake you, and that's a choice. That's a choice. Because one of my favorite sayings, like, what is it? Excuse me. Life is like a camera, right? You focus on what's important, right? And whatever is important at that moment, whatever that camera is pointing at that moment, that is your focus. That is what is important, and that's the moment you capture. So you focus on what's important, capture that good time, that moment, right? Then what's the next thing you're going to do? We don't do this anymore because we have phones and digital cameras. So there's not developing anymore. But this say developing is you going through the photos, taking out the ones you like, the ones you don't like, refocusing, touching up some of the ones you do like, right? That's that development stage. So develop from the negatives, right? So they're not negatives anymore. So these what we used to call negatives used to be the ones that we used to print the pictures off of, right? For those of us who are uh, the Gen X and so forth. And I don't want to say it just like that because there are some people who are taking photography classes and they still use film in photography classes and still develop their negatives. So let me not say that because then I do not want to offend anyone. So again, develop from the negatives. And if things don't work out, like if we don't like the photo, if we have the opportunity, we go back and take another shot at it, right? We take another picture if we're still there. And that's one of the beauties of having those digital cameras, because we can look at the moment right there that we've captured. And if it didn't come out the way we want, we can delete it and capture another picture, right? Change the position, change the view. That's the beauty of thinking of life as a camera. You have those moments, you capture it, and if it doesn't look the way you want, you can go back and refocus and capture it all over again. That is what I want to share with you guys with this during this time, right? These little moments of where we have to sit down and really think. And some of us are alone during this time. As I told you, my kids are away. My husband is he and I here. And some days I'm home by myself, and I'm left with my thoughts, right? So we have to think about it like a camera, capture those moments, right? Accept it, smile at the situations that we've captured, accept the situation and move on with a smile as if we so desire. Because no matter whether the smile is real or fake, because no one really is paying attention but us. But us. Only we know whether our smiles are fake and it's real. And I can't tell you how many times I put on a fake smile for somebody because I'm just tired. Or I've just had enough. But when we look at life, every day is special if you think it is. Okay? Every moment is memorable if we feel it is. And everyone that we encountered is unique if we see the uniqueness within them. So, life is just beautiful that way. And if we live it, we're able to see these pieces. I know that today's episode is like really, really in the moment. And that's what it is. It's really, and I told you, when you got an authentic podcast like this, it's just one of those things. This is what I'm feeling right now with all the things that are going on in the world. We got war going on and the Palestinians. We got, Russia doing these things. We got our leaders doing all these things. I just want us to be kind to one another, especially during this holiday. You got so much hate and discourse going on, and even within our families. There's hate and discourse and, fighting and, I just want everyone to just find that smile within them. Smiling is like the best way to face every problem that we have. It crushes our fears. It helps hide our pain. Um, a smile can go a long way. And if you start to smile, you start to believe it and you start to feel it. Right? Let those endorphins flow through. I mean, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. But anyways, I am babbling on about these things because, as I said, I just want everyone to take care of themselves. Self-care isn't selfish, and this is just piggybacking off of last week's episode. Self-care isn't selfish. Please take care of yourself, and while you're taking care of yourself, you're helping fuel the fire to help somebody else, because you can't give from an empty well. And believe me, I've tried and fall flat every time, and you can't do that. So you have to replenish your fuel in order to share and give to someone else. Stop it. Especially this time of year, we're giving, 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 and then we're expecting other people to do the same that we're doing. You're just setting yourself up for failure. Like I said, just stop it. If you're going to do it from your heart, or don't do it at all. Because if you're doing it expecting something in return, oh, you're going to be disappointed every time. Every time. Okay, maybe not every time. You might find that one that is going to reciprocate because they probably know you for years and they know what you like and what you don't like and what you're expecting. So they probably are able to pick up on that. But I'm going to say 9 times out of 10, no one's going to do for you what you do for them. They're not, because they're not you. Plain and simple, they are not you. So they are not going to do the things you do. And it's really insane of you to feel like that's going to happen. Well, I did this for you. You should do it for me. And I hear it so often, especially from a lot of younger individuals. Well, I did this for them, and I took them here and I picked them up and I did this and I did that. When I need it, they won't do the same for me, or I have to ask. And it's like, yeah, but you're expecting them to be you, and they're not you. So it's not fair to put those types of assumptions on people when they are not you, clearly. All right? Plain and simple. So, yeah, I don't know. It's just is like, I just like to see us all just relax a little bit. You can't control everything. Sometimes you just need to just relax and have faith that things will work out, right? And that's the one of the things. Like, just have faith and just relax and do things from the kindness of your heart. And then what is to come back to you will come back to you in some form or fashion. It will not be the same way in which you rendered it out. It will definitely be different, but something in some form will come back to you, because karma's not going to let you just do that, give out kindness without having something come back. Because, life is just that beautiful gift that was given to us, and many of our problems will come in our life, but we do have to face them. We can't hide from them. And as I said, pointed out that this time of year is hard for some people because they don't know how to face their problems. They don't have the tools. They don't have the support. So honestly, during this time, I would just challenge you, or charge you all with reaching out to your family and friends, even the ones you probably don't talk to very often. If it's a trigger for you, then don't do it. All right, don't talk to people that trigger you. Absolutely not. You set up boundaries. You keep those boundaries, because we talked about boundaries last week too. Got boundaries? Keep them up. It's the holidays, and somebody's like, "No, it's the holidays. You should be." Nope, 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 nope. Got boundaries for a reason, people. Keep them up. And I say that even for my own children, as I think I mentioned. There's some tension in with one of my children, and they have boundaries up, and I'm like, all right, cool, those are your boundaries. I respect them. I may not agree with them, but I have to respect them because that's their boundary, and that's it. So please don't let down your boundaries or give in to anything, because they're family. We forgive. We're blood. No, 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 no. Not today. Not today, Satan. We ain't doing that. All right. So keep them up. But definitely, if you do have people in your circle, family, friends, family, whomever, check on your peoples, especially this time of year. They may be going through something that they're not sharing with you. A simple, hey, how you doing? I'm just checking in on you. You don't have to say any more than that, except, how are you? I'm checking in on you. And let it go from there. And it could be a text message. I know everybody's in the text world. Even me, I'm not a fan of having conversations on the phone. I will have them, but I will text you first before I will call. So I am the texting queen, and texting you when I think of you. If you're on my spirit, if you're on my heart, and you came across my mind, I will text you and say, hey, I'm just thinking of you. Are you okay? And that's it. You can either call me or just text me back and say, yeah, I'm good. How's things going? Nice cat, whatever, whatever. Because, good people, you may not talk to them every day, and that's okay because life happens, but they do show up in your mind. And when they do, take the time out to reach out and say, hey, just checking in, because they showed up for a reason. Sometimes we never know. All right, so with that, I'm going to let you go because, again, it's the holiday. I'm sure a lot of you are still out there shopping. Probably just starting for some. Some of you are still continuing on. And some of you may be waiting for those midnight specials. Who knows? But guess what? I'm not out there and don't intend to be. So with that, I want to say thank you guys for taking the time out for the ramblings of the Soulful Eclectic as we enter into this lovely holiday season. And there will be more. There will be more. If you haven't gone on, I started writing on the blog again because a lot of the things we were writing on the blog were lost when I transferred over my website. So I had to start over, and the first one is up, and a new one will be up tonight. So there you are. And if you would like to share a story or a poem or something you have written on our blog, please feel free to send me a message. dc@thesoulfuleclectic.com. You can go on the website and fill out a form as well and say, hey, I like to submit for the blog. And I'm like, okay, let's do it. Type it up, send it to me, and let me review it before it goes up. That's fine. I'm more than happy to do that. Just make sure it is your authentic work. And if it's not your authentic work, please give me the credit to whoever is the writer, creator of said piece. All right, so again, thank you so much for taking the time out to spend with me. I appreciate you all so much. If you are so inclined to purchase body moisturizer and facial moisturizer and hair products for your Christmas buying needs, Divine Nubian Essentials will be more than happy to send off your purchase before Christmas if it is ordered before December 15th. Still no guarantee that it'll get there by Christmas after that date or before that date because Divine Nubian Essentials has no tie-ins with the UPS system, okay? But they will definitely do their best. And for Collins Education Resource Management, for those who are enrolled and starting their new semester, if you are in need of assistance, please reach out to Collins Education Resource Management. That is collinserm.com. All right, so thanks again. Continue to take care of yourself and each other. And before I go, finally, I'm sorry, I always forget, and I need to have a better list of things. But WUBI, oh my gosh, we are going live. So as I get myself together, I will be going on live with my guests and all these things, and I am so excited. So WUBI .live will be also on there and on the radio. Whoa. on the radio. Okay, that's enough. I had it. I have not been drinking or eating any edibles or anything of that sort. I am just in loving life and loving the opportunity to be here with you all. And again, I'm taking the opportunity as I can to just be a part of everyone's life as best I can. And so, again, take care of yourself and each other. Check in on your friends, family, close ones, loved ones, and just, if you can, show a little kindness this time of year. And and all year round, okay? Not just this time of year. And people say, I'm nice during Christmas, oh, Thanksgiving, yeah, whatever. It doesn't kill anyone to be nice, okay? All year round. With that, all right, guys. You take care. I'm out of here. Because if not, I'll go on a tangent and start something else, and then we'll be back on something else again. So, with that, namaste.